Hi, this is Bethany Gagne, founder of the Albany Peace Project and now the Global Peaceful Cities Project. And today, it's with great pleasure I get to introduce Dr. Karin Reinhold. Dr. Reinhold, can you tell people about the work you do?
Sure. I'm a professor of mathematics and statistics at the University at Albany, the State University of New York. And I joined Bethany in this project because I'm looking at the data behind the study.
Yeah. And can you talk about what we've discovered so far?
Well, the history of the study goes back to the Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, who used a protocol called the Transcendental Meditation. And the original study was to get together people in one place, meditating using the TM protocol, and see if there was an effect in the city that they were praying for. So this type of protocol work done in several cities, including Washington DC, Chicago, Dallas, St. Louis, and it has also been done overseas. They used it during the war in Lebanon. And there are several studies, I can't remember all of them. Now, there were more than 50 of these studies, and I think more than 25 of them have been published. And what comes from those studies is that there is indeed an effect. So there is a measurable effect, and there is also a number. So the basic question is, well, how many people do you need meditating to observe an effect? So under this protocol, the Transcendental Meditation Protocol, they figured out that it was a square root of 1% of people meditating. So we wanted to see if we could achieve the same thing. However, our protocol was different. So we have a heart-centered meditation where you lock into your heart with the feelings of love or gratitude, and then you expand that emotion, you expand it to the whole city, and you also join it with intention for peace in the city of Albany in this case. And what is different in our protocol from the Transcendental Meditation is that each person meditating does it at the convenience of their own home or their car or their office. So wherever they are, wherever they decide to do the meditation at a time that is convenient for them, then they join in the meditation. So we suspect
we only do it once a day, as
right.
opposed to TM where they do it twice a day.
That's right. So we require people to do it once per day, and TM was twice per day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. So we were curious to see if we could still have the same effect with the square root of 1% of the population praying, intending peace for the city of Albany. And the result is not enough. So we did have the square root of 1% of people meditating, but with this protocol we showed that we started to see an effect, but the effect is not statistically significant. So in order to show the significance, we need to increase the number. So the literature suggests that if you're not going to go with a square root of 1%, perhaps then you should go with 1% of the population meditating. And if we have a city of 200,000, for example, that would mean that we need 2,000 people meditating. So far we have achieved, as I said, about the square root of 1%. So we have about 200 people meditating. So 200 people is not enough. So we would like to see numbers in the thousands. So our challenge right now is to see if we can have 1,000 people joining the Albany Peace Project or the Peaceful Cities Project. Because the good thing about the field of consciousness is that you can place the intention for the city of Albany, for example, and not live in Albany. You could live in Chicago, and be praying for Albany. So since we were not able to gather 1,000 people directly here in Albany or the Albany community, now with the Peaceful Cities, we're hoping that we can have people from other places within the United States or even the world joining our effort. So I guess we're going to be reciprocal. So, you know, in January, I guess we will pray for Albany, and we'll see when the other cities want the intentions to be prayed for them. But we are hoping that in this way, joining efforts with other people around the world, that we can get our numbers up to at least 1,000, perhaps more.
Well, we'd want at least 2,000 though, right? I mean,
it would be nice.
We start with 1,000.
But let's have, you know, if we get to 1,000, then we can get to 2,000.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So yeah, and that's part of the Global Peaceful Cities Project, is because over time there's also a training effect, that the more we train in this, the more effective we become. So the more we can kind of train and come together and really develop a good cohesive field, we can make probably more of a measurable difference, correct?
That's right. So I'm not going to be very specific about the physics, but the physics does say that when you have a group of people together coherently meditating, the effect that is achieved is orders of magnitude larger than when you have just people isolated.
Right. And so in the future, when we kind of gather our team of meditators, then we'll probably be more specific on times. We may say everybody meditating at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or something like that, right?
That's our dream for
that is what we're working towards that.
We're going towards
time, you know, we got to begin somewhere, right?
That's right. And we are training people for the meditation, and we are asked, and there are some people, I mean, the people that we train are holding groups that they're all coming together at the same time to meditate. So we're working towards what we would like to have.
And we greatly use your help. And some people say, well, I meditate, does that count? Well, really, what some research from the Institute of Heart Math suggests is that meditating to calm yourself and become coherent is great. That's a good thing, and it will help you individually. However, it's when we become coherent and set an intention that's measurable. That's when we will see something more measurable. So it's this idea of, yes, we can become more coherent and feel good within ourselves, but we need to vote with our heart. We need to send an intention into the field that Dr. Reinhold can measure. That's a difference there, and that's what we do, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So there is the meditation plus the intention.
Yeah.
And that has been proven when you marry the two, that there is a measurable effect. So.
Yeah, and can you just talk about how the Institute of Heart Math has us use the restorative feelings of appreciation, care, and love, and how that, you know, why we also couple that with the intention, right?
Right. So the protocol, the Heart Math protocol, is like once that you are relaxed, then you lock into your heart, and in your heart you evoke high frequency feelings like love, gratitude, and peace and joy. So because it's the high frequencies of those emotions, so elevated emotions plus the intention, the one that will give the strongest results. So
Yep. And we're on our way, and we're still excited, and we are just committed to this, right, for long term.
The thing is, it works. It has been shown that it works. Right? It has been shown that it works with the TM protocol. So Albany and peaceful cities, let's show that we can do it with this protocol.
Yes, absolutely. And people also don't realize is that when we do this, when we send these intentions, our field stabilizes, we become stronger, and we become there's just a change that happens inside of people, and we've known this from the past few years of doing the Peace Project. There's this alchemy that occurs. I'm calling it awakening the hero within. Something, a switch flips in us, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, in my own experience, it's like my energy becomes nicer.
Nice, yeah, exactly.
And I'm able to conduct the business of my day in an easier way when I started my day with the meditation.
Right. Even though you're sending intentions for a city, it stabilizes us. Right.
It's one of the things that the more you give, the more you get.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the mass of the spirit, right? The mass of the spirit is like the more love you give, the more love you receive. So the more peaceful intentions that you put there, the more peace you create in your own life. The more balance, the more coherence.
Yep. And I hear a lot of the intention scientists talking about that more. I know Lynn McTaggart was starting to write that. I think she was starting a new book, and that was about it, what we intend for others. If we pray for peace for others, then we experience peace. We pray for abundance for others, I guess abundance. Dr. Joe also talks about is when we send the intention, then that makes us a channel for that intention. So, so that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much. It's been a lot of fun working with Karin the last few years. She's such a great sport. She just I ask her to do anything and she shows up with a smile and does it with amazing flair. So thank you so much for your energy and your spirit.
Oh, my pleasure, Bethany. You are the champion here. She's the hero.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. But it's been a lot of fun with Dr. Reinhold along the way. So and now that we're going global, because where are you from?
Argentina.
Argentina, and that was her hope from
So
the beginning. So this is kind of a dream, right? Remember a few years ago when we started, right?
Yeah, I would like to bring it over there.
All right, we're going global.
Yeah.
We're on our way.
Finally.
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, thank you so much for your time, and stay with us. We can tell we could really use your help. Thank you so much.